Going live. Here we go. Well, already have gone live. There it is. March. It's just loafing on the floor behind me. I asked him if he wanted to come sit in my lap, but he doesn't. He just wants to sit there on the floor and stare up at me. Come on, March. Come sit. Come hang out. No? Party pooper cat. What? What does that look? Alright. Enough of that. Good evening, everyone. Actually starting my stream on time for once. Holy crap. Yeah, we're back in it with the Blackwell Epiphany. And yeah, last time when we left off, we had just met another ghost who showed up on the rooftop garden just outside of George Austin's apartment. So let's go have a chat with her. Why don't we? There she is.
She seems pretty easygoing, but it's hard to say if it's genuine. It feels polished, practiced.
Okay, bye, March. Got tired of just sitting there, decided to leave. Do his own thing. Important kitty business.
It's the way out of here. It's the front door, leads to the hallway outside. No point in leaving that way. I can only leave with Red, and she can't get in here. Whatever this note says, it's too dark to read it.
Sure is.
Hi there.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Kind of. I think you met my friend earlier.
I see. You're both looking after George's place.
Yeah, something like that.
These conversations play out a little bit differently, depending on who meets her first. Because you can do it with either Rosa or Joey.
So you actually live here? So to speak.
Yes? Why are you so surprised?
Well, this place is kind of, well, empty.
I live alone.
That's not what I mean. Look around. There's nothing in here.
What on earth are you talking about?
Never mind. Who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Cute. Very cute.
Huh?
Wait, you're serious? Well, isn't this delicious? It's so rare that I get to be the mysterious one.
My name's Joey. Joey Malone. Why don't you tell me yours?
You honestly don't know who I am.
I'm afraid not.
I admit, I'm fascinated. I know your name, but you don't know mine. It's not often that I'm in this position.
So, are you gonna tell me or what?
I think not. I want to savor this for just a little while longer.
So what is this? You famous or something?
Or something.
Come on, you know my name. It's only fair.
I can't tell if you're being genuine or if you're just playing with me.
Why not both?
Well, the night is young. See if you can figure it out.
So, about this place.
I might not have the highbrow taste that George has, but my furniture is just as serviceable as his. And twice as comfortable, I might add.
Listen, it's really important that you tell me who you are.
What on earth could be so important?
It's complicated.
No. No, I don't think so. I'm enjoying this way too much.
Come on, what's your name?
No. This is too much fun. You'll figure it out. Everyone recognizes me eventually.
Could I ask you a couple questions?
You don't even know my name, and you want to ask me questions?
Well, maybe if you actually told me your name.
No. Like I said, this is way too much fun.
She is messing with us.
Well, whoever you are, I'll see you around.
Say hi to George for me, if you see him.
Will do. If I see him. Which is unlikely. Wasn't there... Oh no, I'm thinking of somewhere else. Right, okay. So we also have a number. Right, we looked at it. His email, Michael. Who is this Michael person? Did I already try calling him? Let's try calling him.
No answer.
Damn it. Okay.
Got a sec?
What is it this time?
As nice as this place is,
I know.
whoever this Michael is, he seems to know a lot about who we are.
Then that makes him number 1 on our most wanted list.
This number is a 212 area code. That means it's a landline.
A what line?
You know, a phone connected to the phone wires, not a cell phone like mine.
Uh-huh, so?
We find the phone, we find... I don't know, a clue or something.
Or something.
Do you have any better ideas? No? Okay. The ghost on the roof was George's neighbor. If we can get through to her, she might tell us something.
You say that like it's easy to get a spook to tell us anything.
We found the ghost of a woman on the roof deck outside of George's apartment. She seems to live, or rather lived, in the apartment next door. George received several emails from someone named Michael. Whoever this Michael is, he appears to know a lot about what's going on. A man named Michael called George Austin the night he was killed. He called from the number 212-555-3412. I wonder if I can... Can I search his phone number? Sometimes that works in the real world. No.
Hey, Reg, you got a second?
Uh-huh. What's up?
A nice, cozy home like...
He was looking...
Yeah. Who is this Michael guy? And how does he know so much about us?
When we find him, we can ask him.
I'll let you handle the phone stuff. Those things get more complicated every day. Any thoughts on the roof spook?
She's inside a locked apartment, Joey. You're the one who can talk to her.
Okay. Let me look at this tablet again. Blah, 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 blah. Something terrible. Soul no longer exists. P. The bestower. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's see. I forgot I have police contacts. They might be able to look up a number for me. And by they, I mean Corey.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Sorry, Officer Palmer.
Do you know anyone named Michael?
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
Do you know if any of George Austin's neighbors died recently?
It's not in any of the reports. Do you have a name?
No, not yet. But she lived across from George. Can't you look it up that way?
I can't, now. The way the system works, I can only look it up by the victim's name, not address. Sorry.
Does this phone number mean anything to you?
Not really, but I can trace it for you.
Trace it?
Run the number, see who it belongs to. Within reason, anyway. Where'd you find it?
I found it on George Austin's phone.
Oh, we ran that number already.
You did?
Yeah, it belonged to Grace Church. Probably calling for donations or something.
Yeah, or something.
Thanks anyway.
According to Officer Palmer, this number originated at Grace Church.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Okay. Off to Grace Church then. Hello.
Hi, remember me?
Yes, and would you please keep your voice down?
Sorry. I'm looking for information on the Grace Group.
Grace Group?
They used to meet here, in the basement. Some kind of self-help group?
There are hundreds of so-called Grace Groups, and they all have meetings in the basement. You will have to be a bit more specific than that.
I'm looking...
Grace? You will have...
There are tons of case files listed here. I'm not going to ask about them one by one. Do you know any Michaels?
In my line of work, I know more than I can count.
So there's this woman that might have died in a penthouse apartment.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. I am sorry.
I checked with the police. This number belongs to a phone in this church. A man I'm looking for made a phone call from this number. His name is Michael. It's very important that I find him.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. I am sorry.
Are you sure you don't know anybody named Michael who made a call from this church?
Quite positive.
The telephone that uses this number, where is it?
Why would you need to know that?
Michael used the phone. Maybe he left a clue behind when he did.
And he could have used any one of a dozen offices in our administration wing.
Really? Over a dozen?
Yes. So, if you want to locate Michael Cooper, you'll have to find another way.
Michael who now?
Wait, Cooper?
Pardon?
You said Michael Cooper.
Isn't that the gentleman you're looking for?
No, I just said his name was Michael.
So you did. Slip of the tongue. My apologies. It is quite late and I'm tired.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
You need to tell me who Michael Cooper is.
I told you I don't know any Michael Cooper.
You clearly do. Father Olin referred to Michael as Michael Cooper. It could have been a slip of the tongue, but I'm not sure.
So you don't know anyone named Michael Cooper?
No, I don't.
Well, thanks. I'll be going.
Stay safe.
What if I do this?
If the phone is nearby, it's not ringing.
Oh, man. Damn it. Okay, fine. In that case...
Huh. So Michael Cooper was a priest. Interesting.
New York Theological Seminary alumni, Michael Cooper, attended 1992 and 1996, currently based at unknown. I think... was it... If I recall correctly... Yeah. Classmates. You absolutely know Michael Cooper.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Michael Cooper. He's a priest too, isn't he?
So?
So, it's a pretty big coincidence, wouldn't you say? Please stop lying to me.
I'm not lying.
You're not telling me the whole truth either, are you?
I made a promise. He came to me scared, begging me to protect him, to give him sanctuary. He was ranting. I should have turned him away, but we roomed together at the seminary. We were close friends once. What could I do?
You can take me to him.
He's raving. He's mad. He says he's in a battle for his very soul. Is this true?
Yes. Yes, it is.
He's in the school. It's closed for the winter break, so it seemed like a good a place as any to hide him. Here's a key. The entrance is around the corner. Please, do whatever you must. Just don't come back here.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna. Hey, Grit Star!
So, thrown out of a church. I suppose with our record it was only a matter of time.
The entrance to the school is around the block. Let's go.
More ghosty times indeed. Grace School.
It's the front door. Pretty solid. No need to pay attention to that. There aren't any cars out tonight. Yep, he's still there.
She's just standing around, piling up snow. Pretty solid, but it looks unlocked. Things like traffic lights stopped having any meaning around the time I died. I got something to say.
Yes?
This place was around even in my day. You ever go here?
No, it's one of the more expensive private schools in the city. Not really an option for a foster kid like me.
Right. Who is this Michael guy, and how does he know so much about us?
When we find him, we can ask him. Hey, Joey?
You rang.
I always used to wonder what it would be like to go to this school. Never thought it would take this.
Well, in we go.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul.
Yep.
He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
I think he's reciting
Though
the
I
Psalm
walk
of
through the
David.
valley of the
From
shadow
the
of
books
death,
I've read, it's supposed to
I
guard
will
against
fear
evil.
no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Abolish
You
private
prepare a
schools.
table
Yeah.
before me in the
She's
presence
just
of my
standing
enemies.
there, dripping water
You
on the
anoint
floor.
my head with oil, my cup overflows.
He's praying like his
Surely
life
goodness and
depends
mercy
on it.
will follow me
I
all
suppose
the
from
days
his
of my
point of view
life.
it does.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The Lord is my shepherd,
Huh?
I shall not want.
Michael?
Stay back, bestower, I've got a gun.
Just a second.
I said stay back.
Hey.
Whoa, calm down. I'm not here to hurt you.
Oh yeah? Tell that to Leah and George and the others.
Others? How many of you are there?
You don't even know that. You don't know a thing, do you? This wasn't the plan.
Plan?
Yes, our brilliant plan. We get the bestower to escort our souls to the next world, protect us from this force that is after us. Instead, you let us be destroyed.
I didn't have any. I couldn't.
I tried. Honestly, I tried.
Tried. I'm sure that was a comfort to George and Leah while their very souls were being torn apart.
I'm sorry. Whatever is going on, it's new. I've never seen anything like it before.
I see. And what about him?
Huh?
Your friend, the man behind you. He hasn't said a word since you walked in here.
Me? Do you mean me?
Yes, you. Don't look so surprised. How else could I have known who you were? Now get out of here. You've been nothing but trouble ever since George went to look for you.
He can see ghosts. He sees dead people.
I am so sick of guns.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of all this.
Temper, my host.
That voice. It can't be.
Oh.
I told you to stay in the other room.
Yes, my host, I know. But I had to intervene. These two know me. If I may.
Double gasp.
Fine. Just make it quick. I'm losing concentration.
Malone, Blackwell, what a pleasant surprise to see you both again.
Yeah, surprise is the word. What the hell are you doing here?
Is it not obvious? You freed me, Malone, brought me back into this world, and as befits all of our kind, I had a host waiting for me, and so I have returned to my former duties.
Look, as much as I am touched by this reunion, I need to focus.
Perhaps we should all converse outside.
Fine. Outside. Just leave me in peace.
Thank you, my host.
Yeah, outside is great for the two ghosts who can't feel the cold.
You're a bestower too?
What gave it away? The spirit guide who won't leave me alone? Look, maintaining this circle leaves me a bit cranky. Sorry. If you can help, great. If not, well, I've made my peace with it. Just go talk to her. She's outside. I need to concentrate. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me
Double gasp.
beside the
Pass
still
out.
waters.
No,
He
come
restores
back.
my soul.
He's praying like.
He leads me in.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah?
I can't believe there's another medium in New York.
Medium?
Sorry, I mean bestower.
I've been calling myself medium for so long I sometimes forget.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like I have anyone to talk to about this stuff. Nobody living, anyway.
Hey, look, I'd love to swap ghost stories with you, but it takes all my concentration to maintain the circle.
Right, sorry. Maybe we'll have coffee later? You know, after we save your soul and everything.
Sure, sounds great.
Aw.
So, what is this circle anyway?
Oh, this. Madeline taught me how to do it. It prevents anything spiritual from getting to me. It takes some concentration to maintain, so I'm sorry if I seem a bit inhospitable.
So, how do you learn what was happening?
You mean that our souls were being taken?
Yeah.
It was a few weeks ago. I was at the bedside of a friend. Jeffrey, his name was. He went to the Grace Group meetings back in the day. Like me. He had been in a car accident. Hit and run. He was dying, and he wanted me there. And when he died, I saw it. His spirit being torn apart. He screamed. I'll never forget that scream.
I know. I saw it too.
Anyway, with Madeline's help, I began looking into other members of the group and learned it was happening to all of us. You know the rest.
Did you just ask at a priest? Yeah. Dead guy, priest. Come on, Rosa, you need better taste in men.
You're working with Madeline, huh?
Working? I guess you could call it that. I've been too busy being scared to give it any serious thought.
So why'd you send Madeline outside?
Her presence disturbs my concentration, so she's keeping as far away as she can until this is resolved.
What about us?
You're the ones who are going to save my hide. For you, I'll make the extra effort to focus.
Aw, thanks, buddy. I mean, honestly, it was not I don't think it was like a romantic interest thing. I think she's just like so, like, thrilled to have someone else who knows what she's going through. To actually talk to another bestower is like, this is her first chance to do that.
I need you to tell us about the Grace Group. It was some kind of self-help thing, right?
About 20 years ago, I was a very different person. I suppose you could call me an alcoholic.
I know.
Although I wouldn't have said it at the time. Then I saw an ad in the newspaper. It promised to help folks like me find their way. It seemed to be some kind of hippie self-help group, but I went to a meeting anyway. I don't remember much about the meetings, but somehow I had discovered that going to seminary school was something I had to do. It all made sense.
Made sense.
I just knew it was what I was meant to be doing, and I was right.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the Grace Group?
No. You know everything I do.
Red has that list, and I don't think he'd appreciate being asked about it. I'm trying to stay on his good side. So tell us about yourself, Michael.
Look, you're not exactly catching me at my best here. I can't do anything. I'm not a true bestower like you are. Madeline says she's been weakened, or I've been weakened, or something. She doesn't know. Believe me, if I could do what you can do, I'd be out there trying to stop this. But I can't. So all I can do is hide.
I wonder why.
Anything else you could tell us about yourself?
No, I just want this to be over. One way or the other.
There's a ghost haunting the place next to George Austin's apartment.
Really?
Do you know anything about it?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
What happened at these meetings?
That's just it. I don't remember. Until recently, I never questioned it before. How messed up is that? I'd go, I'd sit down and leave. I'd meet with the other members for coffee afterward. What on earth did we talk about? We must have found something. But I do remember a man. Benjiro. He ran the meetings.
Benjiro.
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
Weird. Like, you'd think that for such a for a thing that like changed his life so profoundly, you'd think that he would remember the meetings. Hey, Samuel Stokes. Going pretty good. How are you? Maybe he needs his chakras cleansed, yeah.
How many people went to these meetings?
Hippie.
There were 6 of us. You already know about Leah and George and myself. The others are dead.
Who were they?
Does it matter? They are dead. Their souls were taken.
Even still, tell me.
Jeffrey Dutta, Heather Goffstein, Peter Fielding.
Michael Cooper told us that a Japanese man named Benjiro ran the Grace Group meetings.
So the man who ran the Grace Group meetings was named Benjiro?
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
According to Father Michael, Jeffrey went to Grace Group meetings. I don't know anything about him yet, but Michael says he's dead.
You mentioned someone named Jeffrey Dutta?
God, Jeffrey Dutta. Talk about transfiguration. When he walked into that Grace Group meeting, I thought he was in the wrong place. I mean, the guy was a Wall Street broker, for crying out loud. He could have bought the church and everything in it. But he later confessed that he tried to kill himself. Twice.
So what happened to him?
He became a professional dog walker. Can you believe it? He used to pocket millions a year, plus bonuses. Then he was picking up dog crap for $25 an hour and smiling about it. He was hit by a car crossing the street. A hit and run. I was at his bedside when he died. Madeline had been around for about a month at that point, so I saw his spirit rise from his body. I thought I was supposed to help him, but instead You know what happened next.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Jeffrey Dutta?
No, there's nothing left to say. I saw his spirit being ripped apart. I just want to forget it.
Could you tell me about Peter?
Peter Fielding, yes. I never had much contact with him. He died several months ago. I'm afraid it's too late for him.
You saw his soul being taken?
Well, no. He died before Madeline came into my life, so I can't say for sure. But he went to Grace Group meetings, and he's dead. What other conclusion can I reach?
So you don't know for sure if Peter Fielding's soul was taken?
As such, no. But what else can I assume?
Peter Fielding was a member of the Grace Group. According to Father Michael, he passed away several months ago. He assumes that his soul was taken like the others, but didn't actually see it happen. Thank you.
Tell me about Heather Goffstein. You said she was a member of your group.
Yes, she was one of us. I asked George if he knew where she was. He told me she was dead. I'm afraid it's too late for her.
Is this like Peter? Did you actually see her soul being taken?
No, I didn't. Thank heaven I didn't. Seeing it happen once is more than I can take.
So you don't know for sure if Heather Goffstein's soul was taken?
Not as such, no. But what else can I assume?
How exactly did Peter Fielding die?
Why? Are you going to try and find his spirit? There is no spirit. It's gone.
You said it yourself. You don't know for sure.
It was some kind of
You
accident.
don't know that.
I'm not sure of the details. I read about his death in the obituaries. Too late for his funeral, sadly, but I said a prayer for him.
Can you tell me again how Peter Fielding died?
I told you before, there's no point.
Just humor me.
It was some kind of accident. I'm not sure of the details. I read about it.
How did Heather Goffstein die?
I'm afraid I don't know. George was the one who kept in touch with her. He told me she died, but he didn't tell me how or when. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore.
Can you tell
I read.
Can you tell me?
I'm afraid George.
Okay, we gotta get going, but we'll check in soon.
Of course. Godspeed to the both of you. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
I can only assume it goes upstairs.
I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Ugh.
Thy rod.
What the hell was that?
Protective prepare a circle. table before me in Keeps the spirits from presence getting of in. mine enemies. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
anoint my
bully
head
for
with
you.
oil. My cup overflows.
I like he does that while he's still praying at the same
All
time.
the days of my life. That's far enough.
Oh, come on. It's me.
Sorry. Bestower or no bestower, I'm taking no chances. Get back.
Fine.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Madeline, you got some splaining to do.
Madeline. She's been a spirit guide for, well, ever. I'm sure she's got a lot to teach us. Once this is all over, anyway.
Madeline. The last time we met, she helped me out of the void. I suppose I owe her one.
Blackwell, Malone, it's been a long time since we've been able to converse.
You should really call me Rosangela.
Forgive me. When you are as old as I am, all the names blur together. So I tend to address those I speak to by their family name. It is just easier that way. and less painful. I'm afraid it is a habit that is difficult to break.
Recall that she referred to Jocelyn Contis as Contis, or my host.
It's been almost 6 months since Joey freed you. How come we're only seeing you now?
I admit the transition hasn't been pleasant. I have had 3 hosts since returning to this world.
Hi, March.
The first was an old man on the edge of death. He
Kitten.
lingered for 6 weeks before finally succumbing to the
There
inevitable.
is.
When the old man passed, I became bound to his niece for a time. She ran every time she saw me. I tried to keep my distance, give her time to adjust, but in the end, she fell down the stairs in an attempt to flee. The poor woman died, and I was passed to her brother, the man inside.
Do you know what's going on? Why are these souls being attacked?
I do not know. I wish I did. Like you, we saw it happen. We saw a soul being torn apart and could do nothing. I'm afraid my host became a little unreasonable after that.
Why was George looking for me?
We needed a bestower. A proper bestower. My host and I were not up to the task.
Eh?
It might be due to my time in the void. It might be because my host's soul has been marked by whatever is out there. But in any case, our abilities are limited. We cannot even help lost souls move on as you do. We can see them and talk to them, but that is all. Hence why we needed you.
Lucky us.
Well, that sucks.
So what can we do? We don't even know what's going on.
Our theory was that you could help move these poor souls into the next world before they were destroyed. But it appears that it did not achieve the desired result.
You could say that, yeah.
You must investigate. My host and I are restricted, but you two are not. If anyone can help uncover why these poor spirits are being attacked and stop it, it is you.
So how'd you like being on the outside, as it were? I imagine it's better than being trapped wherever you were.
I had thought, I had hoped, that I would pass on, that being brought back to the mortal world would force me to obey mortal laws. Instead, No, it is not to be. I have returned to my former duties, therefore I must have further work to do. But yes, it is nicer than being trapped in the void. Did I ever thank you, Malone?
Not as such, no.
Well, I must rectify that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
Do you know anything about this Grace group?
I know that it meant a great deal to my host, as well as his friends. Whatever happened at those meetings, it greatly improved their lives. But obviously, it came at a cost.
So you don't know anything about this Grace group?
I'm afraid not. You know as much as I.
Do you know a place called the Karth House?
I'm afraid I do not.
What can you tell me about Father Michael?
Cooper is my host. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
Is he always this ornery?
Do have some pity for him. He has lost his uncle, his sister, and several of his friends. He has been forced to accept the spirit world and the possible loss of his own soul, all within the span of a few weeks. If anyone deserves some understanding, it is he.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Michael?
Sadly, no. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
There's a ghost haunting the empty apartment across from George Austin.
I see. Well, you know your duty. Go and save it.
Whoever Michael is, he appears to know a lot about what's going on. He even knew about me and where I was the other night.
Michael said that a man named Benjiro ran the Grace Group meetings.
My host has said as much to me, yes. Sadly, he does not remember much about him.
Michael said Could you tell me about Jeffrey?
I'm afraid not.
Suspicious, indeed. Hello, 32-bit kid.
Could you tell Do you know anything about Peter Fielding? He was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I have never met him. He passed away before I became bonded with my host.
Michael believes his soul was already taken.
He might be right, but he may not be. If his spirit still exists, you are the ones to find it.
Do you know anything about Peter?
Do
you know anything about Heather Goffstein? She was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I know of her, but I have never met her. She passed away before my host and I became bonded. I never encountered her spirit.
Michael believes her soul was already taken.
It is certainly possible, but I refuse to lose hope until I see the evidence.
Do you know anything?
I know
Why do you let Father Michael push you around like that?
it is what my host wishes.
So?
Simply that. I must do what my host commands.
Ah, right, seriously. What's the story?
No story, Malone. If my host wishes me to leave him alone, I leave him alone.
That actually works?
Of course. It is my duty to do so.
So, Joey, could...
No.
Of course, some of us take our duties more seriously than others.
Joey.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Want some coffee?
That won't work on her. She can't touch it.
I don't really think blowing on her is gonna help here.
Okay, well, we have some leads. Let's start with the obvious. No results. Peter Fielding.
So Peter Fielding owned a gym in Murray Hill. Worth a visit, I suppose.
City Post obituary. Peter Fielding, 58, passed away last night after suffering a fatal accident. Peter was a self-described health nut and personal trainer whose facility, Field's Gym, was well loved by many in the Murray Hill neighborhood. He will be missed. And that's it. Okay, well, that's something.
Lafayette Street looks cold and icy. Better stick to the sidewalk.
Streets are pretty quiet tonight. Probably for the best.
Let me just pop in here real quick, see if Michael has anything else to say. I don't think he does, but...
Father Michael?
Yeah?
no.
All right, Michael.
Of course. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He
Bye, Madeline.
Looks nice and warm in there. Of course, so would an ice factory right now. It's a keycard reader. Looks like it unlocks the door. It needs a keycard. Sticking my hand in it won't do anything. It seems to open with a keycard. Looks nice and warm. That's a pretty solid window.
Where's a loose brick when you need one?
Yep, he's still there. I have a question, Joey.
You rang.
I can't remember the last time I went to a gym.
Thinking of joining?
With all the walking I do every day, I don't think I need to. The ghost on the roof was George.
You say?
This Benjiro person. If he ran the Grace Group meetings, we have to find him.
One step at a time, sweetheart. We'll get to him. And when we do, give him a punch in the face for me.
Done and done.
Whoever Jeffrey Dutta was, it's probably too late to save him.
Can't worry about that now. Let's just put a stop to this before it happens to anybody else.
This Peter, a lead worth pursuing?
Let your feet do the walking, Red.
Whoever Heather was, Michael seems pretty sure that she was, well, taken, like Leah and George.
God, I hope not. I'm not sure how many more of these ripped-up spooks I can take. Come here for a minute.
What?
You want to get a few rounds in while we're here?
I'm not exactly dressed for the gym, Joey.
Excuses, excuses.
Rounds? Rounds of what? Boxing?
The Deacon, Gavin, Charlie Meltzer, and now Benjiro. It always comes down to one guy, doesn't it? Let's find him so we can give him a piece of our mind. Jeffrey Dutta. That's 3 spooks destroyed that we know of anyway. We need to put a stop to this before it becomes 4. This Peter guy. I guess any lead is a good one. Dunno who this Heather lady is, but Michael's convinced she's a lost cause.
She could be, but he didn't actually see it happen. She might be all right. It seems to open with a key card.
Well, I don't have one, so Joey, you're up.
Looks like some kind of headshot photo. Probably someone famous who uses the gym. Let's see here.
Tanya Corsi. Good morning.
Tanya Corsi. Hey, wait a second. Is that... Yeah, that's the spook from George's roof.
Aha! We know her name now.
Her name is Tanya Corsi. She's the spook from George's roof. Looks like that picture frame fell off the wall. I can't touch the thing. A calendar with a marker pen attached. Looks like they just scribbled a month in up here. Beats getting a real calendar, I guess. It's a number on the calendar. I can't do anything with it. It's a...
January 7th.
Just a marker. Probably used to change the date on this calendar. Run, run, run like a hamster on a wheel. Even if I wasn't dead, she wouldn't be able to hear me. She's got one of those MyPods in. Makes them deaf as a post. A TV showing some energetic broad in yoga pants. Does it want a hug? She's sweating so much she didn't even notice. The men's locker room. Glad I can't smell anymore. Probably nobody in there with my luck.
Let's find out.
Hey, anyone in here? Anyone? Please? Well, that was disappointing.
Joey, you perv.
Nobody here.
Hey, does it look right?
Huh?
Seriously, does it look right?
Does what look right?
The light bulb. I could swear it was blinking.
It looks fine to me.
Huh. Gotta do everything myself around here.
Looks to be in his 50s. It's hard to say. He's got the hair of an older man, but the body that most guys in their 20s would envy. He obviously worked out religiously, for all the good it did him. Just a forgotten towel. That's way too heavy for me to pick up. Then again, so is a pencil. It's empty.
Locker room ghost.
Hey, friend, can we talk for a second?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong with that light?
I'm no expert, but it looks fine to me.
Well, what can I do for you?
Hey, is your name Peter Fielding by any chance?
That's me. Why?
No reason. You own this joint, right?
Buddy!
Yes, I do. My dad built it. You could say it's a family business. Been running it around 20 years. Seems like yesterday.
So what's the story with the lights?
I don't know. It's driving me crazy. There's something wrong with them. I can tell.
Well, like I said, they look totally fine to me.
I'll just have to keep checking.
Nice place you got here.
Thanks. You looking to join?
Ah, no, I really don't think exercise is gonna do me much good.
It's amazing how many people think that. You're young. Your metabolism is still going strong. But time catches up with you before you know it.
You're preaching to the choir, Peter, but I'm still not interested.
Well, we're here if you need us.
So, how are you feeling?
Fine. Why?
You don't feel strange at all?
What do you mean?
Well, just hypothetically speaking, you don't feel like you're gonna explode?
What, like indigestion?
Not quite.
I am on a strict diet of wheatgrass shakes and fiber. Indigestion is the last thing I have to worry about.
Good to know.
So, you run this place with your old man, huh?
Sort of. He built it when he left the army. I took over long ago.
So, you're...
Sort.
Ever hear of the Grace Group? I understand you went to a few meetings.
You know about that?
Sure.
Wow. Well, yeah. I went to some meetings. It was all I needed.
Why's that?
Well, I wasn't the most focused of people back then. It's a long story, but in the end, I went to work with my dad running this place. It's been my life ever since.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the Grace Group?
What's to say? They changed my life.
You ever go to the Carth House? Dumpy place, Chelsea.
No, sorry, I haven't been to the village in years.
You ever...
No.
Hey, I think I met a friend of yours, Father Michael Cooper.
Michael? Now there's a name I haven't heard in a while. How is he?
He's seen better days.
I'm sorry to hear that. He'll pull through. He always has.
So what can you tell me about Father Michael?
God, it's been over a decade. I'm afraid I can't tell you much.
I hear Tanya Corsi went to this gym.
She's been coming here for years. That body you see on TV, I take full credit for that.
Well, we all gotta be proud of something. Can you tell me anything else about Tanya?
No, sorry.
Do you know anything about Benjiro? Ran the Grace Group meetings.
Sure.
Well?
Funny. I can't think of anything to say exactly. It's been 20 years.
Sure, people forget things.
That's it exactly. I just didn't think it would happen to me so soon.
Hey, Flutterby. Ghosts!
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about Benjiro?
I'm afraid not. I just don't remember anything. Sorry.
Did you know Jeffrey Dutta?
You know Jeff too?
Not really, I just heard of him.
Good guy. Took care of my neighbor's dog when she was on vacation.
Did you know Jeffrey...
You know,
No.
good guy.
So tell me about yourself, Peter.
I'm the guy who's gonna kick your butt into shape.
Ah, well, we'll see. So tell me about yourself.
I'm the...
Do you know Heather Goffstein?
You know Heather too. Who don't you know?
Well, I'm a people person.
Wow, Heather. Haven't heard that name in
a way.
long time.
Can you tell me anything about Heather?
It's been a while. And I didn't speak to her much back in those days anyway. Sorry.
Well, that's not terribly helpful.
So you're...
So,
Well, I'll see you around.
you got it. I'll be here. I just gotta see what's wrong with this damn light.
Still, we know he's, alive. In a manner of speaking. So, that's good, right? He's intact. Ugh.
So I found Peter.
Peter? Peter Fielding?
Yeah, he's safe and sound. Spiritually speaking, anyway.
Huh. Michael was sure that Peter's ghost was taken.
Just between you and me, Michael doesn't look to be sure about very much.
Let's go tell him the good news.
So, have you heard of this Tanya Corsi person?
Tanya Corsi? Was she in the gym?
No, it's the name of our roof spook. Is she famous or something?
You could say that. She has a TV show.
I think you mean she had a TV show. Let's get going.
Okay, but first...
You return with news, I hope.
We found one of the Grace Group spooks, Peter Fielding.
I see. Is he still intact?
Yeah, he tried to get me to join a gym.
I thought as much.
You thought so. What do you mean?
You know as well as I do. A spirit cannot be moved from this world until it is spiritually ready. It would appear that is also the case here.
So wait, this is our fault?
Whatever do you mean?
Leah, George. Just by trying to save them, we destroyed them.
I suppose. Yes, it could be seen that way. But please do not blame yourself. How could you have known?
Ignorance doesn't change anything.
Listen to me. Whatever or whoever is taking these souls, they were marked long before they died. All we can do now is move forward and save who we can.
Cannot be moved from this world until they're spiritually ready. That's an unpleasant thought.
But what about George and Leah?
From my understanding, They were aware of their death when they were taken.
Yeah, they were.
Then there is your answer. They were spiritually ready to leave this world, and so were vulnerable. This Fielding, was it? He is a lucky soul indeed. Until he is made aware, he cannot be taken. Not by you, nor by anyone else.
So what? We just leave the spook to rot?
Of course not. It has been known for some spirits to become aware on their own. The right face, the right moment, anything can trigger it. And if that happens to Fielding, no. Our duty is to save him, and save him we shall.
How? The usual rules have been chucked out the window. We make a move and he gets hammered, and we're not gonna let that happen, not again.
It is a dilemma for certain.
You've been around the block a few times, so to speak. Nothing like this has ever happened to you before?
The destruction of the very essence of life? No. Such a thing is difficult to contemplate, and to witness it, even more so.
We need to think about this, plan our next move.
Of course. In fact, I might have an idea along those lines. I must confer with my host. Please excuse me.
He's okay? Peter's really okay?
He is still deceased, but in all other respects, yes. He is as well as can be.
This changes everything. You have no idea. You two, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never even considered that Peter's soul could be saved. And maybe Heather, too. Yes, Heather. If she wasn't taken, then her soul must still be lost.
And this is a good thing?
Of course. If a soul is merely lost, it still can be saved. And maybe so can mine.
So, what's your plan?
We are approaching this from ignorance, and possibly from fear. Before I was trapped in the void, I was a spirit guide for a very long time. I can learn much from a spirit by looking at it, and talking to it. If Fielding's soul still exists, then it must be brought here.
And Heather. Heather's soul must still be out there.
And her as well, of course.
Peter Fielding's spook is at the gym. It's not too far away. You can talk to him there.
Are you kidding? I step out of this circle, who knows what could happen? If I die, there's a good chance I'll be an aware spirit, just like Leah and George, and then...
Be at peace, my host. I would not ask you to do such a thing.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Besides, it is unnecessary. As you say, only spiritually aware souls are attacked. Since this Fielding is not spiritually aware, meeting him in his current state would be fruitless. We need to awaken him before I can determine anything about him.
Won't awakening these ghosts destroy him? Aren't we trying to avoid that?
Don't be absurd. We'll put them behind this circle. They will be safe there.
And how are we supposed to do that? Spooks like me can't enter the thing.
This might surprise you, Malone, but I did think of that. Come here. Take this.
Passag, Madeline.
What's this thing?
Call it a totem. It was made with some of my essence. The circle was created in much the same manner, so it will make a perfect focus. When you awaken a spirit, use the totem to send them directly here. They will remain safely behind the circle until we can determine the next course of action.
So I'll be trapped in this circle with Peter and Heather's ghosts?
I am afraid so, my host.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. And I guess it will be nice to see
Deal
you
with
again.
it.
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Peter? Anything that can help us?
No. Of all the people in our group, Peter was the one I spoke to the least. I think George once belonged to his gym, even took personal training sessions for a while. But George wasn't really the personal fitness type.
Is there anything else?
No, I think, but...
I need to know everything you can tell me about Heather.
Well, there was one thing. It was a confession of sorts, you see, and she trusted me.
What was it?
You don't understand. It was a confession. It might have been a long time ago, but it was still a sacred trust. I can't betray that trust. It goes against everything I believe in.
Don't you think that under the circumstances, she would understand?
I'm not sure God would.
Also, she's dead.
Does it really matter? What's the worst that could happen? You lose your soul?
Also, God is God.
My God, when you put it like that.
You would understand everything.
Heather was a prostitute. She wanted to confess, but didn't feel right entering a church. She might have been Jewish.
Understood.
Oh, damn
Someone
it.
who had
Sorry.
been to grace group meetings. Someone who had had a life-changing revelation, like I
Accidentally
did.
clicked past
I don't know
dialogue,
what her
sorry.
revelation was, but she wanted to purge herself of her old life. So she asked if I could come to her apartment and listen to her. So I did.
Do you remember where she lived?
I was a priest entering the house of a prostitute. It's not something you forget. She lived by Tompkins Square Park. Here's the address.
I hate when I do that. Accidentally click when I don't mean to click. Cool.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Heather? Anything at all?
I just know she was a prostitute when she went to Grace Group meetings. I don't know what's happened to her since.
Is there anything you can tell me about Peter? Anything that can help us?
No. Of all the people in our group, Peter was the one I spoke to the least. I think George, but
Did you ever watch Tanya Corsi's show?
no. Sorry.
There are tons of case files listed.
Oops.
Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
No,
I guess we should get going.
Then I do believe our talk is concluded. I will return outside.
Hey, Madeline?
Yes, my host.
It's all right.
All right.
Yeah, stay inside. It's cold out there.
I don't feel the cold, my host.
I know. Just stay, please. And thanks.
It is my pleasure, my host.
Aw.
Father Michael,
Yeah,
is there anything else you can tell?
I just know she...
Okay.
You knew George Austin, right?
Yeah, years ago. We went to the Grace Group meetings together. He was... God, you should have seen him. A total mess. He looked like a street bum. I don't think he'd showered in weeks. But that was George. He only put effort into the things he cared about. The Grace Group helped him find what that was.
I heard he became an art dealer.
Yeah, none of us could believe it. George, least of all. He always used to say that he would never have discovered his calling on his own, and he would have wasted his entire life not knowing. I used to feel the same way.
Leah was part of the Grace Group, right?
It was over 20 years ago, but yes. She was a secretary at the time, I think. She was childhood friends with George Austin, and she brought him to the meetings, hoping to help him out. Turns out it helped both of them. She quit her job and joined the police force. She said the Grace Group helped her find her way. I suppose until now, it did.
We're gonna have to write you a ticket for the glowing floor, sir. It's not up to code.
Did you know Leah's daughter Kendra?
My God, I heard what happened. Madeline told me that her soul passed on peacefully? That she's where she is supposed to be?
Yes, she's fine.
I see. You have my thanks for that.
Well, good.
Are you familiar with Emil Haskins, Leah's ex-husband?
Sadly, no. Leah and I lost touch years ago. I didn't know she had even married in the first place until recently. But I feel for him. Do you know, there's no word for a parent who loses a child. The prospect is so unthinkable, we can't even name it.
I guess we should get going.
Godspeed.
Madeline?
Yes, Blackwell.
Joey told me about how you helped him out of the void.
We helped each other.
Well, even still, if you weren't there, well, I don't know what would have happened.
The hole in the universe caused by the severed link would have consumed you. Your mind would have collapsed under the pressure, leaving you a raving madwoman.
Thanks.
Right. Well, thanks.
My pleasure.
I love Madeline's little smile.
You once told me that you knew my Auntie Lauren.
After a fashion. While in the void, I could reach out to the mortal world in dreams. The minds of other bestowers were the most receptive.
Huh? If that's true, how come she never mentioned it?
Sadly, the memories of our meetings faded as she woke.
What did you talk about? You and Auntie, I mean.
You have to understand, she was dreaming while we conversed. Her mind wasn't entirely lucid.
So you can't tell me anything?
Nothing that would make any cognitive sense.
Do you know what happened to them? To Auntie? To my grandmother? They both went insane. They spent years sedated in a hospital. Do you know why?
I do not. I felt their minds when they went, but that is all I know.
I see. Do you think the same thing will happen to me? What happened to my aunt and grandmother, I mean?
I am sorry, I do not know. But I do believe your chances of safety are high.
You really think so? Why?
I told you. While I was in the void, I could sense their minds. I could sense yours as well. You are stronger than they were.
I'm stronger?
Not physically, or even mentally, but emotionally, yes. Your grandmother fled the duty. Your aunt performed it with only the greatest reluctance. But you have embraced it, thrived in it.
Well, it's what I do. I've always wondered, just who are you?
Pardon?
Where'd you come from? Who you were before all this?
Tell me one thing. Have you ever asked your spirit guide the same question?
Yeah.
Has he ever given you a satisfactory answer? Precisely.
Do you really think Peter Fielding is in danger?
I can assume nothing less. Remember the totem I gave you. Use it as soon as he becomes aware.
Do you think Heather's soul is still out there? Like Peter's?
The fact that Peter is an unaware spirit was a stroke of luck. Perhaps we will be lucky again.
Michael said that
My host has said
Have you ever heard of Tanya Corsi? She had a morning talk show.
I am ashamed to say that technology eludes me, so I'm afraid I do not know the name.
Probably even more so than it eludes Joey.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Michael?
Sadly, no.
I guess we...
Of course. Keep us informed of your progress.
Also, what I should do...
Tanya was the host of the Good Morning Show. I remember hearing that they got a new host, but I didn't know this was the reason. Channel 11. I think their head office is in Penn Plaza. Can't hurt to ask around.
City Post Obituary. It is with tremendous sadness that we announce the passing of Tanya Corsi after a tragic accident. Most only knew her as the charming and bubbly host of the Channel 11 Good Morning Show, but those who worked closely with her know her as the razor-sharp intellect who paid her dues and became one of the best-loved media personalities in the world. She will be deeply, deeply missed. Wait. I'm gonna call Michael. Aw.
No answer.
Alright then. Well, we have more leads. Let's start with Tanya. Actually, wait. Let's talk to the doorman, or not the doorman, but the oh yeah, doorman, receptionist. This guy.
Hi.
Talk to this guy.
Yes, miss?
Do you know anything about Tanya Corsi?
Who?
She hosted a major television show. She lived across from George.
Oh, sorry, I don't watch a lot of television. And that apartment's been vacant as long as I've worked here. So, I'm afraid I can't tell you anything.
Damn.
Does the name Benjiro mean anything to you?
Sorry, it doesn't.
Did George know anyone named Peter?
I don't know for sure. Sorry.
Did George know anyone named Heather Goffstein?
I don't believe so. Sorry.
Well, you've been wildly unhelpful. Anyway, Tanya.
Joey, could you come out here?
You bellowed?
Joey, don't be a shit.
Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
You're Tanya Corsi, aren't you? You're in television.
I knew you'd get it. That's me, Tanya Corsi, host of the Good Morning Show on Channel 11. Now all the mystery is gone.
Do you know anything about a self-help organization called the Grace Group?
Grace Group? No, I haven't. Sorry.
You ever go to the Carth House? Dumpy place in Chelsea.
Sorry, no.
Do you know a Michael Cooper?
I don't. Sorry.
I don't believe you.
So, Tanya, tell me about yourself.
You want to get to know the real Tanya Corsi. The Tanya that you don't read about in the tabloids and magazines?
If you'll let me.
I barely know you, Mr. Malone. Although if you swing by more often, you might learn a thing or two.
Come on, tell me something about yourself. Must be nice for someone like you to be asked a question for once.
You've been doing nothing but ask questions since you came in here.
Huh, fair point. Does the name Benjiro ring any bells?
Benjiro? Is that Japanese?
I believe so.
Sorry, I don't know anyone named Benjiro.
Hey, yo, we're solo.
So, I heard you go to Peter Fielding's gym.
I do. Or rather, I did. After what happened to him, I just couldn't.
You mean his...
Death? Yes. So senseless.
So, can you tell me anything about Peter?
A brutal taskmaster is what he was. But I can't deny he got results.
Nope, I can't deny it either. Is there anything else? Did you ever see him outside of the gym?
No. No, of course I didn't.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Peter? Did you ever see him?
No.
Do you know a Heather Goffstein?
No. No, I don't. Sorry.
Well, Tanya, I have to get going, but I'll see you around.
Ta.
Alright then. Well, that's something anyway. Let's see. Well, what have we here? You know what I should do? I should save. I haven't done that in a while. Oh yeah. Totem.
Madeline said she used a bit of her essence to activate that circle, and that this totem would zap spooks into it.
I don't think Either I never noticed before or I did and I'd forgotten. But yeah, the totem is her tiara. That's cool.
Can't see much, just a hallway, nothing important. A locked gate, a problem for some. Hope she's warm enough.
Nope, I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, how'd you get in?
Ah, hello, miss.
Answer my question. How'd you get in?
Oh, the gate was open. Is that all right?
Sure, I guess. Just be sure to close it when you leave. I don't want to get in trouble.
Nice looking girl. I suppose that's an asset in her line of work. Dark and dusty. Can't tell what's in there. Must lead inside. Those plants are barely clinging to life. A locked gate. A problem for some. Frozen solid. Nobody's gonna have a picnic on that anytime soon. There's nothing worth visiting on the other side.
I'll be the judge of that.
Just a dark hallway. I can't see a thing in there.
Must I define intangible?
I don't think she'd appreciate me blowing on her.
Excuse me, miss?
Oh, hi. What's up?
Is your name Heather Goffstein?
Oh, I see. You came from Ray.
Ray?
Of course. You did come from Ray, right?
No, sorry. I don't know who Ray is.
Oh, well, then I'm sorry. If you want a date, you'll need Ray's permission.
A date?
Isn't that why you're here?
No, not at all. I just want to talk.
Really?
Really?
Well, I suppose that's all right, but we should stay out here. If we don't go in the bedroom, then it's not a date.
Makes sense.
You sure you should be out here?
Why shouldn't I be? It's perfect. It's so nice to finally have a night clear enough to enjoy this place.
Clear night. Right. You live here?
I do. Why?
No reason, just making conversation. You don't seem terribly surprised that I'm here in your garden.
It is a bit strange you appeared out of nowhere, but hey, I'm used to men appearing on my doorstep. And for some reason, you seem safe.
Safe?
Yeah, just a vibe.
Huh. Thanks, I guess. Can you tell me about the Grace Group, Heather?
Grace Group?
Yeah, you were a member, right?
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Come on, think. You met in the basement of Grace Church.
What, like AA? I'm not an alcoholic, thank you.
I have it on good authority that you were part of the Grace Group.
I told you, I don't know anything about any Grace Group.
You ever go to the Carth House? Dumpy place in Chelsea.
I don't think so. Sorry.
Tell me about Father Michael Cooper.
Father Michael? Is he a priest or something?
Yeah, or something. He was part of the Grace Group.
I don't know him. Sorry.
Are you sure? He seems to know you.
You don't meet many priests in my line of work. Or at least, if you do, they don't usually tell you.
You sure you don't know Father Michael? He was part of the Grace Group, like you.
I don't know him, and I don't know any Grace Group. Please stop asking about it.
Do you know a Tanya Corsi?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Do you know a guy named Benjiro?
I can't really say one way or the other. Sorry. I could get into trouble.
Do you know
I could get...
Do you know a guy named Peter Fielding? Runs a gym in Murray Hill.
I can't really say one way or the other. Sorry. I could get into trouble.
So, tell me a bit about yourself, Heather.
Can we not, please? Let's just enjoy the evening, okay? It's nice out here.
Sure. No problem. So,
Let's...
Sure. So, tell me about this Ray character.
I really shouldn't. Ray is really exclusive with the clients we're given. I shouldn't have told you the name.
So,
Ray...
Okay then.
Well, Heather, I have to get going.
Sure. I'd leave the gate open, but for some reason, I don't think that will be a problem for you.
Heather's so cute. I like her.
Hope she...
Some nasty spikes up there. I'm not climbing over it for sure. Pretty solid. No way I'm getting through. He keeps looking through the gate at the ghost. It just looks like a hallway leading down to a set of stairs. Joey, I'd like to talk to you.
What is it this time?
2 days ago, I went to a drug den. Today, I'm visiting a prostitute.
And you say we never go anywhere interesting.
Tanya Corsi. How come we only meet famous people when they're dead?
Because they need us. That's why.
This Benjiro person.
When we...
Peter seemed...
For a spook?
Any thoughts about Heather Goffstein?
Seems nice enough. Sweet.
Sweet.
Sure, you got a problem with sweet?
So I guess this Ray person is Heather's boss?
I suppose you could call it that, yeah. Can we talk?
Yeah.
I guess you can't get over that fence, huh?
In this weather? No. This one is all yours.
You ever watch this Tanya Corsi show?
No. Her show was on in the morning, and I'm more of a night person these days.
Heather is... interesting.
Interesting.
Not a typical spook. She's not confused, not really lost. She seems quite happy, really.
This is a bad thing?
No, but she's either hiding something or... I don't know. We'll crack it. Let's just keep doing what we do.
Sounds good.
For a dead guy, Peter's in pretty good shape. Let's make sure he stays that way. Ray. So many names, it's hard to keep them straight.
Okay. Well, where else can we go? Let's see. Ah. Newsroom. I haven't been there yet.
The local news is airing. They're talking about the weather. Again. It's pretty empty here tonight. I guess the weather even affects the media.
You're really happy we have easy access to large storage these days? Yeah! Yeah, man, that's true. Like, God, now I'm thinking of Loom, and how the CD version of Loom had to cut dialogue in order for all of the voice lines to fit on the CD. And then I think it also, like, cut most, if not all, of the music, which is a really stupid thing to do for a game like Loom. And now we don't have that problem. Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's a good point. It's weird. Like, yeah, we take it for granted so much these days, but you're absolutely right. It was not always this way.
Looks like he's got a bunch of news wire reports open. Oh, and Minesweeper.
I know, right? That's why I'm so glad that there's still like a pretty lively community of adventure game devs and players. We're kind of under the radar, but if you know where to look, the adventure game community is still very much alive. And I love that.
He looks pretty hard at work. Joey never looks comfortable around technology. This place is no exception.
She's looking wistfully around the room, probably thinking about the road not taken. We're not here to watch that thing. Just a bunch of desks. It's all gobbledygook to me. Late 50s, seems pretty dedicated to his job, probably eats more greasy food than he should.
I shall blow up on him.
He twitched a bit, but not much else.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell. Do you work here?
Certainly do. Jim Peebles, senior producer. How can I help you?
Peebles?
So what do you do here?
I'm the head producer for the Good Morning Show with Kathy Carden.
Isn't that Tanya Corsi's old show?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty empty here tonight.
Well, look outside. The weather's horrible, and almost everybody commutes to work. Nobody can get in, so we're running on a skeleton crew.
Did you work here when Tanya was alive?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking into her death.
Wasn't it an accident?
That's why I'm looking into it, just to be sure.
Huh. Well, all right.
There's the self-help circle that held meetings a long time ago. It was called the Grace Group. Ever hear of it?
Sorry, no.
There are tons of cases. Do you know a priest by the name of Michael Cooper?
I'm afraid I haven't been to church in a long time.
What can you tell me about Tanya?
I liked her. Some anchors think they're the be-all and end-all, but not her. She knew we were all in this together, and worked well with all of us. That's how you make a new show. Everyone needs to help each other.
Aw.
Can you tell me anything else about Tanya?
Well, like I said, we all miss her. There's nothing else to say.
She sounds like she was a treasure.
Have you ever heard the name Benjiro?
Benjiro? No, I'm afraid I haven't.
Do you know anything about the death of Peter Fielding? He owned a gym in Murray Hill.
No, although you've reminded me I haven't hit the gym in a while. I suppose I should go.
Do you know any?
No.
Do you know anything about the death of Heather Gobstein?
Who was she? How did she die?
I'm not entirely sure yet.
Well, I don't know the name anyway. Sorry.
Do you know anyone named Ray? I think he's involved with prostitution.
That's not really the kind of thing our show reports on, so I can't really help you. Sorry.
Do you know anyone?
That's so.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, what you see is what you get. I started working at a copywriter's desk about 30 years ago. Worked my way up to producer. Been here ever since.
Congratulations.
Can you tell
me?
Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Peebles. I might be back later.
Sure thing. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, not a whole lot to go on, but, you know where we haven't been in a while is the police station. We might have some leads that, these folks can help me with, considering I have a number of names of people who are dead.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Get me more coffee!
There are tons of... Do you have a record of a Michael Cooper in your system? He's a priest.
Let's check. Sorry, whoever he is, there's no file on him.
Do you know anything about Tanya Corsi's death?
Tanya Corsi? What are you doing getting involved with her?
It's...
complicated. Yeah, I get it. Durkin warned me it might get weird. Anyway, there's not much to tell.
I love that line.
She slipped in her shower and hit her head on the tub. She fell unconscious and she drowned. The coroner did an autopsy on her and found traces of whiskey and Valium in her system. Not a good combination.
She killed herself?
If you believe the tabloids, then yeah. But the coroner says no. There wasn't much in her system to actually kill her, but it was enough to make her a bit clumsy.
So it was just an accident?
So it would seem.
Well, that's a terrible way to go.
Is there anything else you can tell me about how Tanya Corsi died?
I told you everything that was in the file.
I'm trying to find someone named Benjiro. He ran some kind of self-help circle called the Grace Group.
Let's see. No, nothing on file. Sorry.
Can you tell me anything about the death of a Mr. Peter Fielding?
Okay, let's see. Yep, here he is. Peter Fielding, age 54, owned a fitness center in Murray Hill called Field's Gym. He fell off a ladder while fixing a light bulb in the locker room, hit his head on the bench, and bled to death. Nobody found him for several hours. An ambulance was called and pronounced him dead at the scene.
Nothing more than that?
That's pretty open and shut. Accidental death.
Wait, 54. Didn't his obituary say he was 58? I might have missed that.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Peter Fielding's death?
Just what I told you. It was open and shut. Accidental death.
Do you have any record of a Heather Goffstein?
Let me check. Nope, nothing on Heather Goffstein. Sorry.
Is there anything in the system about a Jim Peebles?
Let's see. Nope. Whoever he is, he's clean.
Do you know anything about someone named Ray? I don't know who he is, but I think he's involved with prostitution.
Prostitution? Is this related to Leah's case?
I don't know. It could be.
This just gets better and better. Anyway, Ray, let's take a look. Okay, the name Ray definitely comes up in the Vice Department database. There was a raid on a bar called Vantini a few years ago, and someone named Ray was taken in for questioning. No charges were made.
Just Ray? No last name?
No. Whoever Ray is, that's his full legal name. Anyway, here's the address of the bar if you need it.
Thanks.
Sure.
Sweet. Vantini.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Something connected to these cases, yes. Something is pushing people off ladders and knocking them over in their showers. Although there was another guy who was hit by a car, which may not be a fall causing blunt trauma to the head. Although we don't know exactly how he was hit by the car. Maybe.
He's still there. He's always still there. I can't see much, but it seems much warmer in there than it is out here. The gate is locked. I can't see much.
Hope she keeps her hands off the booze. We need to keep focused. A locked gate. A problem for some. Can't see much, but it looks inviting. Let's have a little talk.
Uh-huh. What's up?
This place looks like it was falling apart even back in my day.
Really? You think it's that old? Right. Sorry.
Ray, someone... Jim Peebles seems like a decent guy. Works too hard, though.
Because he works late into the night? We can hardly judge him for that.
Huh.
Got a sec?
What is it this time?
You think they'd have coffee in a place like this?
Only with whiskey in it, maybe.
Any thoughts on Jim Peebles?
Decent enough guy. Works too hard. Don't know enough about him yet.
We did ask the beat cop about Jim. He said he was clean.
Will you look at this, Denise? Someone brave enough to join us in this weather. Well, brave or stupid, anyway.
Right. She looks kind of young to be working at a place like this. They've got a pretty varied selection, although I wouldn't really know. My criteria for picking out wine is has pretty label and under 20 bucks. Whoever this was, he signed it, "Thanks for the tie, with love, AG." It's a painting of a woman dancing. It's dedicated to someone named Mistress B. It's an emergency exit. Looks like some kind of promotional poster for a burlesque act. She must really like this place to be here in this weather. I shouldn't stare. Not in public, anyway.
A young woman tending the bar. She doesn't look happy to be there. My knowledge of wines went out of date when I did. Hope she keeps her hand. She looks like she's had several martinis and is just getting started. Looks like an emergency exit. Looks like it leads to another level.
It's a staircase to another level.
Some hack actor. Nice tie, though. I don't know who that woman is, but it's dedicated to someone named Mistress B. It's a bunch of hearts. Can't really say anything else about it.
So, you may recognize this photo as Abe Goldfarb, Joey's voice actor. And there's a fun Easter egg here, which we access by using Joey's tie on this photo.
What the? Red, do you see that? Whoa! Huh? Where the hell am I?
Whatever this place is, it's not kosher.
I think we're in space. Are we in space? Because this really looks like space.
Does that mean you guys will implode? Because that would be awesome. I mean tragic. Definitely tragic.
Trust me, we're not in space. You lot are missing the bigger picture. The question isn't where we are, but why are we here?
That's a question that's been asked since the beginning of time.
That's not the point, mate. Think about it. I'm thinking that I wish I still had my ship. What about you, little guy? Can't you fly out there and bring back help?
I don't fly. I hover.
I can totally fix that. I'm pretty good with robots. You want a jetpack? I gave Hero a jetpack once. He's due to re-enter orbit any week now.
No. Nobody messes around inside me except the boss, or shiny gynoids.
Bloody hell, stop and think for a blasted minute. Why are we here? What led us here?
Who can say? What led you here?
Everything's connected. All things have a pattern that can be followed. So, what's our pattern? You lost me, pal. Sorry. Oh, wait, I think I get it. You're saying that there's some circuit that's connecting us all.
Something like that, sure.
That's all great, but that still doesn't tell us what this place is.
Whatever this place is, it's not kosher.
Okay, and then they just loop.
I think we're in space.
Is that
Are we in
accent supposed
space?
to be
Because
real?
this really looks like space.
Hey, guy, a little help here? Nothing's resonating.
Does that mean you guys will
Listen to him.
implode?
Sounds
because
like he's
that
gargling
would be
gravel.
awesome.
Excuse me, fella. I was wondering if you could help me out. He can't hear me. It's like talking to a stone.
I mean tragic. Definitely tragic.
He's trying to sound tough, but I don't buy it. Trust me, we're not in space. Hey, could you help me out here? Don't think he can hear me. Just as well, the guy looks spaced out. You lot are missing the bigger picture. I have no idea what that thing is, but God, what an annoying voice. The question isn't where we are, but why are we here? I don't even know what that is, let alone know what to say. That's a question that's been asked since the beginning of time. Listen to that guy. Sounds like he swallowed helium. That's not the point, mate. Think about it. Hello? I don't think he can hear me. Probably for the best. Why would I want to talk to someone who wears a tie like that? I'm thinking that I wish I still had my ship.
These are all characters who have been voiced by Abe Goldfarb in various Wedge games.
I don't fly. I hover.
This is Rabbi Stone from the Shiva.
Totally fix that.
I don't remember what this guy's name is, but he's from Resonance. I forget what this guy's name is too, but he's from Gemini Rue. This is Crispin from
Nobody messes around inside me except the boss.
Primordia.
Or shiny gynoids.
And I don't know this guy's name, but I believe he's from Puzzlebots, which I've not played.
Why are we here? What led us here?
But yeah.
Who can say?
It's the Abe Goldfarb Easter egg room.
Everything's connected. All things have a pattern that can be followed. So, what's our pattern? That was interesting.
Fun times. Azrael? I think that's the name of the guy from Gemini Rue. Gemini Rue was the first Wedge game I ever played. I didn't love it, to be honest. But it was a gateway to the rest of the Wedge games catalog. And I have never looked back. So thank you, Gemini Rue, for being the first step on the path. Yeah, I think I played Gemini Rue first, then I played Resonance, then I started playing Blackwell. Maybe I played Resonance after Blackwell, I don't remember. But Resonance is really good. I like that one a lot. Primordia, also really good. Primordia is made by the same team who made Strangeland, which I streamed a bit ago. Wormwood Studios. Right, let's actually talk to people in here.
Hi.
Hey, what can I get for you?
I better not drink. I need to keep a clear head.
How about a coffee or something?
No thanks, I already have one.
I see.
Come on, get coffee.
So what can you tell me about this place?
It's old, quiet. I like it that way.
Really?
Yeah, I work on my thesis most nights. Honestly, I'm surprised a big place like this can stay open. It's always empty.
Do you know Ray?
Ray?
Yeah, is he here?
No, he is not.
Do you know Heather Goffstein?
Sorry, I don't.
Well, thanks. I better get going.
Damn it. Why can't they fix the drafts in this crappy place?
No reaction. But, to be fair, she's so drunk she probably wouldn't react to the building falling down.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for Ray. Do you know where I can find him?
Ray, huh? And why would you be looking for Ray?
I'm looking into a death. Ray knew the victim.
Oh? In what capacity?
She was a working girl, Heather Goffstein. She worked for Ray, and now she's dead.
I see. Worked is the appropriate word, I suppose. Heather left my employ a long time ago.
Your employ?
Yes. You want to speak to Ray? She's right in front of you. The former Rachel Mendez at your service.
Ray! There she is.
So you work here?
Not directly, but I suppose I'm as much a fixture here as anything else.
I like her character art. She's just got great design.
So Heather worked for you. Can you tell me about her?
It's been, gosh, several years. I'm afraid I can't tell you much. She was very young, very pretty, Slightly lost, perhaps, like many of my girls. She's really dead? How did it happen?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Is this a police matter?
Not directly. I'm working with them, but I'm pretty much on my own.
Well, in that case, ask me whatever you like.
Hold on a second.
Well, I guess I should go.
Best of luck.
Distracting piano music is distracting.
Hi, Ray? Rosangela, was
Ow.
it? How goes it?
That doesn't... Oh. That turns down all the volume, even though the voice volume is still at max. Annoying!
I guess I should go.
Best of luck.
Hi, Ray?
Rosangela.
The madam is a madame, indeed.
You said Heather left your employ. Could you explain?
Just that. She packed up and left.
And you were okay with that?
You think I would drag her back against her will? Absolutely not. And what would be the point? I replaced her the next week. It's the nature of this business. Some girls try the life, discover it's not for them, and then leave. Some stay for years and it grinds them alive. But occasionally, with luck and persistence, one can flourish. Like I did.
How does this business work exactly?
There's no bedroom upstairs, if that's what you are asking. I own several apartments in the city. I give the girls room and board in exchange for the money they receive. Some of them skim, hell, all of them skim, but I make sure to treat them well. They treat me well in return.
That's nice of her. She's a good boss, it seems.
Did Heather have any enemies, an obsessive client, or anything?
I suppose anything is possible, but not likely. I screen our clients very carefully, and I keep very careful records.
She's a succubus. Not exactly. I guess in a sense.
If you kept careful records, does that mean you have a list of Heather's clients somewhere?
No. I'm sorry, but no.
Don't you want to know what happened to Heather? That client list could help.
You have no reason to suspect one of her clients had anything to do with it. You can't even tell me how she died. I won't betray my client's trust based on a flimsy guess.
I really need that client list.
Absolutely not. I give a premium product, and our clients expect premium service. Privacy is part of that service. That client list stays in my office where it belongs.
I could bring in the police.
I'd like to see you try. Every few years they try and raid this place, make a show of getting tough, but nothing sticks. I make sure of that.
I really...
I give a private that...
Well, I guess that's everything.
Sorry I can't help you. For what it's worth, I liked Heather. I'm sad she's dead. I suppose a drink to her memory is in order. Care to join me?
Thanks, but no.
More for me then. Denise! 1 gimlet, please. You know how I like it.
Drinky. I guess I'll turn the volume back up.
It's Ray's martini glass. Better not. Ray wouldn't like that very much. Not while I'm on duty, so to speak. I'm not going to steal paintings from a bar. I'm not here to rob the place. I'll just leave that where it is.
We have not been upstairs yet.
Looks like the kind of place where old men would read newspapers. If people still read newspapers anyway. A painting of a woman in Victorian dress. Some vintage posters of a German crooner. Looks to be 50 years old. Some vintage... Looks like... I'm not here to relax. I don't need to take that with me. I should just leave those where they are. I should... Looks comfortable. Shame I'm not here for fun. I'm not here to sit around. No. I've been walking nonstop for 2 straight nights in the snow. I don't want to see how I look. The mirror is fine where it is. Joey, get in here.
You bellowed?
Hope she keeps her hands... Doesn't look like anyone sat there for a long time. She looks kind of old-fashioned, even open by my standards. No idea who that guy is. Is this a gin joint or a living room? All I'll see is a whole load of nothing.
Well, not much up here. How about the emergency exit?
Hey, you can't go out that way. Sorry.
Oh, right. Sorry.
But Joey can.
That door's got to lead back to the street.
So it does.
I think I'll try the main door first.
No, okay. Fine, be that way. Oh, okay.
A trash dumpster covered in ice. I'm not phasing through a dumpster to look at garbage. I might be dead, but I do have some standards. It's a rag sticking out of a dumpster. A fire escape ladder. There's a reason. We don't have time to explore this place floor by floor.
I don't think she can get out here.
Unfortunately, it's not that easy. What we need to do, if I recall correctly...
Ray got herself a martini. One of the many she's had this evening, I'm sure. Nope, still a ghost. Still can't pick that up.
is this.
How odd. Denise, could you get that for me?
And then, while she's distracted, shaken or stirred,
Damn it. It's locked from the inside.
blown off the table. I guess that counts as shaken. And now we're out here without a coat. Rosa, don't freeze to death.
That must lead back to the street. Locked. Of course it is.
Really? I can't unlock it from in here? Oh, fine. Be that way.
That dumpster is covered in ice. Joey, get out here.
Relax, I'm here.
A fire escape ladder, way out of reach. Yeah, that's not going to happen. A filthy rag from a dumpster. Why am I carrying this? It only opens a bit, but it appears to be empty. Ow! I don't know what that was supposed to do, aside from making me walk with a limp.
Do not kick dumpster. Take that.
Oof, it won't budge. A fire escape.
You're not seriously going to try that, are you?
Quiet. Let me concentrate.
Jesus.
Ow.
You okay?
We cannot.
I'm fine.
Be careful.
We cannot get ye flask.
Are you sure you want to do that again?
Shut up. Let me concentrate.
Oh, it looked like that one hurt.
Yes, Joey. It hurt.
Just saying, if it hurts, maybe you should stop doing it.
I think you get an achievement for doing this right on your first try, and I do know how to do it. But I want to go through all the funny options first.
Again?
Yes, again.
Darling, could I point out the obvious?
No.
Maybe you should leave the flying to the guy who can, actually fly.
Yeah, except you can't touch anything, so it won't do me any good.
I honestly can't look anymore.
On this episode of Jackass, Rosangela breaks a femur dumpster diving.
Not saying a word. Not one word.
Poor Rosa.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep warm.
Right. Carry on. I honestly can't look anymore.
Not saying a word.
Okay. What we actually have to do...
Cleaning the dumpster is pointless, especially with all that ice on it.
So remember the trick we used our coffee for way back in the beginning of the game?
It's now a puddle of foul, coffee-flavored water, but at least it's melted. Gross. I'd better clean that up before it freezes again. I'll never clean that sludge off by hand. Not to mention, ew.
Oh, Rosa. She's so defeated. My
I
coffee.
think I got it all, but I'm not carrying around this wet rag. Good thing there's a dumpster here. That dumpster is covered in ice.
Not all of it.
I honestly can't look anymore.
Huh? How did you do that?
I flew.
Rosangela's just like, fuck you. I'm done.
It's hard to see inside. I shouldn't play around on this fire escape any longer than I have to. I shouldn't play...
You know, we've been through a lot, you and I. But sneaking into the secret office of a known flesh peddler, this tops the list.
Well, if you have any better ideas, I'd love to hear them.
Pictures of young girls. I guess they all work for Ray. It's the only source of light in here. I shouldn't mess with anything in here if I can help it. I don't want Ray to know I was in here. Is that? Yes, it's a painting of Ray. A much younger Ray, but still Ray.
Damn.
I shouldn't disturb Ray's things. I don't want her to know I was in here. Looks plush and comfortable. Better not stare too long. I might want to sit on it. I'm not here to relax. I need to do what I came here to do and get out. These look like pictures of celebrities and politicians. I don't recognize many of them, but... Holy crap! Is that Kennedy? I shouldn't A bunch of phone numbers and addresses. It doesn't say who they belong to. I shouldn't It's just a trash can.
Goes back to the fire escape. She looks like she's beginning to thaw off. Let's have a little talk.
What?
Let's do what we need to do and get out of here before someone sees us. Pictures of young women in interesting poses. Tacky, but tasteful, I guess. A painting of a young and attractive woman in a state of undress. I don't recognize the model, but for some reason she looks familiar. Nice couch. I suppose it's comfortable if you care about that kind of thing. Pictures of important-looking people. I don't recognize any of them. Looks like a bunch of phone numbers and addresses. Nothing relevant. Another one of those computer things. Just your standard trash can.
I have a question, Joey.
Yeah?
I don't care if we get caught. I'm just happy to be warm.
Let's just do what we need to do and get out of here.
It doesn't look like there's anything interesting in Ray's trash can. Okay, let's see here. Client list. You're kidding me.
What?
It's a text file, clientlist.txt.
And that's good?
Good for us. All I need to do is transfer the file to this memory stick.
Clientlist.txt.
And we've got it. Some security.
I guess with this secret door and paying off the police, you didn't feel the need for any more.
That and she's a bit old. She might not know a lot about computers.
Huh, I can relate.
Oh, Ray.
No point in going back. I can't get back down the ladder.
Sure you can.
Ahem.
Oh. Hi. I was just looking for the bathroom. Is it up here?
The bathroom. In the office, behind the secret panel.
Yes.
I've been meaning to glue that window shut. I suppose I should thank you. But first, give me that memory stick.
Here.
Thank you. Now get your coat and leave.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd almost gone a full 3 hours without a restraining order.
Well, the night's still young.
And I need another cup of coffee.
You would have been brazen. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Here I am. Okay, well, we have a client list, so... Let's see. Let's just go here. Cause yeah, she took the memory stick, but she didn't take the file that was already on my phone. I have a list of all of Ray's clients. There are quite a lot of them. I don't think we told him that Heather is still alive. Or not alive, but Heather's soul is intact.
You're kidding me.
I am not. You will find out for yourself one day.
Hey, good to see you guys again. Madeline here was just telling me the funniest story.
My host, please.
Right. Sorry.
I really want to know what that story was.
Father Michael?
Yeah.
Is there anything...
I just know
Is there anything else?
I just...
Did Heather ever talk about Ray? Her, boss?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
Do you know anyone named Jim Peebles?
No. Sorry.
I'm not asking about all the names on this list one by one. We'll be here all night. I guess we should get going.
Godspeed.
I guess we can't tell them that Heather are still around.
Madeline?
Yes, Blackwell.
Do you know anyone named Ray?
Apologies, I do not.
How did Madeline break out of her prison? Joey's help. Joey helped her escape the void at near the end of the previous game. And she just disappeared after that. And then she showed up here. Apparently bonded to Father Michael here.
Do you know anyone named Jim Peebles?
Apologies, I do not.
I guess we should get going.
Of course. Keep us informed of your progress.
Right. What we should do...
I can't see any connection. If there's a connection, I don't see it. Michael Cooper was never a client of Ray's. Tanya Corsi is not listed as any of Ray's clients. Almost disappointing. That would make one interesting story. There's no Benjiro listed as any of Ray's clients. Peter Fielding was never involved with any of Ray's clients. Heather is definitely listed as one of Ray's, service providers. Of course, we already knew that. Oddly enough, Ray is not listed as one of her own clients. James Peebles is listed as being a client of Ray's, and the girl he saw was Heather Goffstein.
Well, this just got juicy.
Well, hello. Well, well, well. Hey, Jim. Jimmy James.
Hi, Mr. Peebles?
Hello, Rosangela, was it? What can I do for you?
Can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, stop.
Do you know a madam who calls herself Ray?
That's not so I can't.
Jim, gosh, this is awkward.
What is it?
I know that you were involved with a woman named Heather Goffstein.
And?
And Heather is dead. I was wondering if you had anything to say about that.
Just what are you implying?
Nothing. Yet.
Well, I don't see what business my personal life is of yours. So unless you've got something more substantial than a younger man's bad choices, then please leave it alone.
Okay.
Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Peebles. I might be back later.
Sure thing. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm just gonna drop this bomb on him and then walk away. Okay, thanks, bye. What about the... Oops, not the newsroom. I wanted to go to the police station, not here. Police station.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Is there anything in the system?
Let's see. Nope. Whoever he is, he's clean.
Oh no. Sorry, one sec. Sorry about that. That was kind of important.
So you don't know anything else about Ray?
Nope. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Trying to remember. I know some of the things we need, but I don't recall exactly how we get them. Let's talk to Tanya again. Oh, wait a second. One moment. Was there something I'm forgetting at home? No, I don't think so. No, okay. Because I know there's a way to shine light into this,
Joey, could you come out here?
into this darkened apartment.
You bellowed?
I know there's a thing we can get somewhere that will let me do that, and I don't remember where it is. But let's keep chasing down leads for a bit and
Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
see if it'll come to me.
Do you know anyone named Ray?
Ray? Is that all you got?
I think Ray might be involved in prostitution. Ring any bells?
That's more of a late night news kind of story. I'm early morning. We're all about the rainbows and sunshine.
I met one of your producers, Jim.
What about him?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering what you could tell me about him.
I don't spread gossip, mister. Except when I'm on the air.
You sure you can't tell me anything else about Jim?
If you want to get to know him, ask him yourself.
Okay.
Well, Tanya, I have to get going, but I'll see you around.
Ta.
All right. Well, it's about time for me to end, so I'll end where I started here on this rooftop garden. And hopefully next time I will remember a bit more about what I'm actually supposed to do at this point. Because I remember where we're supposed to go, I just don't quite remember all the steps to get there. Jim was a naughty boy. So, yeah, I'll see you folks next week on Tuesday for more of the Telltale Batman series, which is super cool so far, and I'm very much looking forward to diving deeper into that. And then there'll be more Blackwell Epiphany next Wednesday. That's the plan anyway. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yes. And then Yeah, Batman and Blackwell, exactly. I haven't rated Kilgore Trout in a while. He's playing Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Fallen, which I know nothing about, but I'm sure it's a good time. So I will send you over to him. Pass along the love, and yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the Blackwell series. I certainly am, but that was pretty much a given. And I'll see you next week. Thanks, folks. Bye. Take care.